Hi, welcome to another video on my TXT discovery robot with a few wheels, 2 motors and a lot of sensors. Last time I did for the first time in a long time another test with the standard firmware. And I found out that the sound that works great and with the community firmware does not work with the standard firmware. So I thought I would check out, or should check out, if that is just one time or structural. So let's test the same script once again. And you see here that the lamp is on, and yes, the lamp goes on, but the crackling wood, I didn't hear it, and through the microphone you can't hear it either. So let's put something in front of the sonar, my hand for instance, and see what happens next. I keep my hand, say, in 10 centimeters. It runs backwards actually, which is alright, but there's no sound. Now it runs, lamp is on, but there's no sound at all. So I let it run, and now no hand, but I touch the right sensor, as you can see. Alright, time to do the other sensor. Yes, it does do the sensor, but there's no sound. No sound at all. And here you see the sonar says it is smaller than 5 centimeters, so apparently it senses my hand anyway. Here it doesn't do so, so let's do it again, but this time hopefully there's no contact. Let's try again. Now it does contact, but no sound once again. And this time it didn't sense my hand. So that's a positive side. On the other side, this is no good. What can we test more? Actually not much. The only thing it structurally does do is light the lamp, but since the lamp is accessed like any motor and the motors work, that's not a very big surprise. So what more can I do? I can test for both sensors at the same time. So let me try that. And I thought I heard some noise. Let me do it again. No, it was the sound of the sensor I heard. So that is really not good. Now you may notice that I put a command before call. The point is that I'm now on the standard firmware, which means direct Wi-Fi and not it is also on no longer on my own network segment. It is his own DHCP, and for that I need a key, but for this moment I do without key, so I am not copying any photos to or any taken pictures to the laptop. That said, another problem as well, because you may see that the battery is still not, well, the battery is okay, but the time is not set. I forgot about it. So let's take it at that, and let me check for the community firmware if the sound is operating properly. So now I am at the community firmware, and I have logged in into the robot. So this is the code again. This time I can copy the taken pictures to the laptop. It will happen. Is it necessary? Not really. So let me, for sake of this test, disable the calling, and that needs to be here. So no pictures copied, which is to say that pictures from here needs to be removed for now. So yes, go. Okay, no more pictures, but let's run the test. And not this one. Okay, let me do it another way. This one, and let's do it the same way. And this is remarkably slower with and I think through the microphone you can clearly hear the sound of some crackling wood. So let's do it again, but then with, let's say, a sensor being touched. Let's wait. And that's fine. So with the other one, not quite sure why it stops, but you hear the crackling wood sound. So let's do it again. And touching the other sensor. And you again hear the sound. So now holding my hand right in front of it instead of at some distance, and you hear nothing, which is quite correct because the sonar is very close. So at a somewhat larger distance, what does it do? So I only hear crackling wood. I need to refresh my mind when it would do some other thing. Let's see. If contact is 1, then play an airplane. Okay, so instead of crackling wood, I should have had the airplane. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. Okay, interesting. It's not entirely what I expect, what I should have had done. Anyway, the sound does work, which only means that not only the motors are off, but also the sound is off for the standard firmware. That's what I wanted to be sure of. So let's investigate. Let's go back to the original firmware and see what more is not really correct. Usually when I do a floor test, I operate from my laptop, but there is another way I can try it, and that has not a 100% success rate, unfortunately. Using my tablet, I can connect to the controller and then start the app TXT Camdroid. And with this I can then, if everything works fine, start and I should have connection. So let's connect again. Yes, I'm connected, and then start, and I should have camera view as well as motor control. But as you can see, it doesn't always work as smoothly as you can get. And with this firmware, it is unfortunately the case that at times at this distance it works, sometimes you'll have to get much closer, and here you see control of the floor, on the floor, and with this I should be able to control the motor. And there you see it running. Unfortunately only backwards, so and then it stops. So this is not an ideal way to do it. Let me try once again. And then again try to connect to the TXT, which I do, and then No, I want to start. And this, although when it works it is nice, you can also see that it doesn't always work. The question is though, is this because of the app, because of the distance, or anything else? So let me once again connect to the TXT. I've done it. So let's start. And this is when I give up on using this tablet for it. So this means I have to go back to the laptop and see what more I can do from that. I had hoped to have a synchronized movement via this tablet, so I can find out if the motors indeed can go synchronized. But unfortunately you see that is in this way not really possible. So I am back at the laptop. In the meantime the controller chose to go off, and that meant that I lost any connection to it. That is another point that I had in the past as well. Whether it be wiring or not, electrical wiring to the battery or internal wiring, I have no idea. Anyway, it works again, but it also means that the date has gone back to 2000. So let me try to change it from here. Let's see if this is working. Usually it is something like this. Operation not permitted. Oh, that's a very nice one. So I can't even do that from here. I have to do it, because if I say sudo right, I have to be root. So I can only do that via the interface, and I made a typo here. No colon but semicolon. Anyway, that's for later. I also can do the motor test. So let me do the motor test for now. Just going straight on. See what happens. And it already takes a bend, a curve. It runs clearly in a curve. So this is not good at all. And the third one. The weird thing is they do run, but then why is it in a curve? If it would be just one running very slowly, I would understand, but that it doesn't do. And like you have seen the last time, it not just goes like it does now to the left side, but for some reason also to the other side, to the right side curve. So it does not really make sense. going back to discovery. Why am I using the scroll back? Let me just run the program. And yes, it measures a distance to the chair I'm sitting on. But once again, no clear sound of crackling wood, which is what I expect. That said, what if I do another sound instead of crackling wood? There are more sounds available. Airplane, a bell. So where is the crackling wood again? There's a much easier way to find. Right here. So let me see which is what, and this would be that it is 1 second for sound 7 and sound, what is sound 6? 4, breaking. It's okay. Let me break. So let's see if this changes matters. I don't think so. Nothing at all. Okay, so with this very much unknown cause, I'm going back to the community firmware and see what more I can test about that. As a final test, I have decided to take into Robo Pro, take first example of the mobile robot which just drives, but the original version is with the normal motors, 2 motors just driving, and I replaced that with the encoder motors, because the encoder motors are on this robot, and then driving for 500 pulses, then backwards 300 pulses, and then forward again for 1000 pulses. And then I see that I have 2 more to change. Will I do that? Yes, because I want to have it equal. So let me change this for synchronous distance and count clockwise, and on, let's say, what didn't I do yet? I did 500, 300, 1000. Let me do 100. And then you see that they are both going the same way. So what I do is I remove this one, I remove this connection, and I remove this connection, and then alright, move it here, thank you, and then the connection is already in place, so I should be able to just run this. So let's, while it's on the table with everything of it, And that's it. So now I'm going to do this the same, but then on the floor. I've now proven that it works, although the point is this makes no sense, because this makes sure that it just runs for 500 pulses. So I need to take the timing out. That's a very important part. So I take this out. Yes. And then this should be it. So let's do it again. Oh, this means that 500 pulses is very short indeed, because I did not see anything happen. And the other thing is that you see that it is 32,767 is actually the maximum integer number in any computer. So let's do it for 10,000. 10,000. Now what does it do? Barely anything. Oh, this is a very good one. How come it does very little, even now? So let me remove these. And this one as well. And just make it like this. Makes little sense, but it's running at maximum speed for 10,000 pulses. What does it do? Nothing. It just doesn't do anything at all. So this is a very enlightening test, so to say. Let's think. So, as you can see, it's a floor test again, and this time I am forced to use the net adapter, because for some reason the wiring causes the controller to go off constantly. So it may be the wires, and it may be the wire contact of the controller. But no matter what, I have to do a test right now, and with the same graphical program in RoboPro, reduced to one block, synchronous motors, maximum speed for 10,000 pulses. And how much this is doing, let's do a run. And that's exactly what it's doing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the question is, are the pulses correct? I can test that, of course. And then I see here a problem. Alright, now actually the motors are correct, are powered, all the pulses are connected, so let's do it again. see if this really does make a difference. Not at all. No difference at all. So let's check again what may be a problem. The motors are all powered. The green is connected. The black is connected to all the counters. The motors are electrically wired. So it should be working. It just doesn't do anything. So what would happen if I do synchronous? And it does nothing at all. So now I add a timer. For 3 seconds, and let me run it. Yeah, well, that works. And synchronous. So what does work is straight on, but not on the pulses. And that is not correct. So I have to look into that more. But why does it do on the pulses? Because this means that the pulses don't work somehow. And that is a revelation. And with that, I'm going to conclude this video. Quite conclusion, but unfortunately. Thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please watch my other videos. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. If you like to support my blog and videos, please allow advertisements in between the video segments, or visit my website, which is listed under this video, to find another way of supporting via PayPal. And thanks for watching, and to be continued.